What's up guys, WSC Stage Creator back again with another video. It is Royal Rumble season. We are on the road to WrestleMania and this year is one of the most unpredictable men's Royal Rumble matches we've had in a long time. So today we are breaking down and discussing everything to do with the men's Royal Rumble match, mainly who will win this thing, and man, it is a tough choice. As you can see, these are some of the guys that I think could win this match. We're going to break it all down. We're going to go through who I think will win, what the matches will be for Mania. And before I get into all this, go check out the prediction action figure match. Worked really hard on it. It is my prediction of the 2021 men's Royal Rumble. Unfortunately, I didn't get Edge in the match in time. You know, just as I finished filming, they announced him in the match, and man, there was no way I could get him in, but it is a great match. Go check it out, and the prediction is still the same. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So starting off, you see all these guys right here. Let's get these guys out of the way. So these guys, CM Punk, The Rock, John Cena. These guys are guys who are very unlikely, but a lot of fans would love to see them, and a lot of fans expect them and then they get disappointed and whatnot. I highly doubt that The Rock or CM Punk would be in this year's Royal Rumble match, especially in the Thunderdome with no fans in attendance. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they would do that. I think Rock versus Roman Reigns will happen eventually, just not this year. They'll wait until fans come back. WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood, I definitely want to go to that and I want to see that match. And it seems like that'll probably be the way to go for that. And CM Punk, man, I think that guy's a bit too stubborn to come back with no fans here, so he wouldn't come back, and I don't see them calling him in for this WrestleMania. He seems open to a return if there's a lot of money on the table, but they need to call him. He's not seeking out anything from them, so we'll have to just wait and see on that. But I don't think this year will be the year. Maybe next year when there is fans. Cena, apparently he's a lock for WrestleMania, so I could definitely see him in this match. Please God, don't have him win. I would love to see John Cena go for a Universal Championship or WWE Championship. That'd be kind of cool, but you know, he doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. I don't want to see him win a third Royal Rumble. Please just have someone new win the Royal Rumble or someone exciting. John Cena, man, it's not his time. His time is up. I would love to see Roman Reigns versus John Cena, WrestleMania in Hollywood or Dallas or whatever, maybe even this year. Career versus championship. He goes for the 17th championship, but puts his career on the line against Roman Reigns. I think that would be an awesome match, and in the end, Cena loses to Reigns and retires, because, you know, Cena's career is winding down, and I think that would be a great way to do it at WrestleMania. Go for the 17th and put his career on the line. That would be really cool, but I just don't see these guys happening. Cena is definitely something that could possibly happen. Please do not have him win. I do not want to see that. I'm a big Cena fan, but just don't. Get someone new in there. But getting into the rest, we have over here Seth Rollins, pretty much a lock for this Royal Rumble here. He was announced to come back on SmackDown earlier this month, but they canceled that, and I think they just want to save it as a surprise for the Royal Rumble. I could definitely see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but we've seen that a million times. I do not want to see that. Big E is also someone who's a favorite to win the Royal Rumble here. He just won the Intercontinental Championship, so that's kind of a sign that he's probably not going to win the Royal Rumble, and I think that's good, because I don't see Big E, even if he won the Royal Rumble, I don't see him beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think this is a perfect spot for him. Get him ready here. He's not ready for this right now. Get him ready with the Intercontinental Championship. Have him ready by SummerSlam. I think that'll be perfect. Sheamus, they seem to be building Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre for some match down the road. It may not be WrestleMania, but I could see that, but he's already won a Royal Rumble. He doesn't need to win this. You can get to it another way there. Then we got Edge here, who announced he was going to be in the Royal Rumble on Raw last minute. That was really weird. Why not just have him as a surprise, or announce him earlier if you're gonna do that? But anyways, Edge gonna be in the Royal Rumble. I don't see him winning, but I could see Drew versus Edge, or even Roman versus Edge, Spear versus Spear at WrestleMania. That could be interesting, but I do see him setting up a feud in this match instead of actually winning the thing. Then we got Goldberg, who only has 2 matches per year, so it's pretty much guaranteed he won't be in this match, because he has a match against Drew, and then they'll probably have a match at WrestleMania, so there's no way, even if he could be in the Royal Rumble and win, he wouldn't have another match to do, so he can't be in this match and he can't win unless they somehow sign him to another match, but I highly doubt that. Then we got Bobby Lashley, who's really awesome. I would love to see a big push for Bobby Lashley. They've been booking him really strong as of late, but he is the United States champion. I don't see it happening, but I would really like if he did win. Then we got Randy Orton, big storyline coming in with The Fiend and whatnot. I definitely don't see him winning, but I see The Fiend coming in either. I don't see him entering the match, because then how do you go around that? He'd probably have to eliminate himself. He'd probably come out after, like I did in my match, and eliminate Orton and set up a match between them. Then we got these two guys right here, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. These guys have gotten a little good push on SmackDown as of late. I don't see them winning the Royal Rumble. I don't think just because they've been highlighted on the show means they're gonna win, but I think they'll do good in the match. They'll have a good little spotlight, but I don't see them winning here. I'm a big Nakamura fan. I would love it, but I just don't see that happening here. Then we got Daniel Bryan right here, and if you don't want to know betting odds and whatnot, I'm going to discuss that right now, so just skip through. But the betting odds every year usually tell you who's going to win, and the top three are Daniel Bryan, Edge, Keith Lee, and, you know, this year is very unpredictable. I don't know if the betting odds will correctly predict it. Last year, they changed last minute. Going into the match, it was Roman Reigns. They changed to Drew last minute on the day, but Daniel Bryan is the favorite on the betting odds. He said it's the one thing he hasn't done in his career and he wants to do is win the Royal Rumble. He should have won the 2014 Royal Rumble. Even the 2015 he probably should have won. And I do see him versing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's why I had him get like screwed out of the match by Jey Uso to set up that match at WrestleMania. But it's not 2014 anymore. Daniel Bryan does not need to win the Royal Rumble to set up the match at WrestleMania. And I feel like Daniel Bryan, what's best about him in storylines is when things don't go his way, he has all these obstacles to overcome. It shouldn't be as easy as him winning the Royal Rumble and then he goes to WrestleMania. You know, what was so good about the Yes Movement stuff? He was just getting screwed over at every corner, and that was the best stuff with Daniel Bryan. I don't think it should be just him winning the Royal Rumble and there he goes to WrestleMania and it's all good and no issues arise. He should find another way to get to WrestleMania to verse Reigns. He does not need to win the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't be mad if he did because he deserves it, but he does not need to win the Royal Rumble to set up the match at WrestleMania. Then we got these two right here. These two are very high on my list on guys who would win the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar, we haven't seen him since WrestleMania last year. I don't know what his status is, but I could definitely see him returning for WrestleMania. The rumored match in December was Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar versus Keith Lee. That sounds like an absolute banger of a match for WrestleMania, and I would love to see it. I really want to see a push for Keith Lee here. This is the perfect new guy to have win the Royal Rumble. Don't like seeing guys who have won it before win it again, or old guys like Keith Lee. This is a perfect spot to catapult him, just like Drew McIntyre was catapulted last year. So definitely should have Keith Lee win the match. Brock Lesnar can find some way to get into the match and make it a triple threat at WrestleMania. That would be perfect. But I could also see Brock Lesnar returning, destroying everybody, and winning and setting up a match against Drew McIntyre, having a rematch. Maybe they could figure in Keith Lee later on. But I think putting Keith Lee in this match, having him win, and going to WrestleMania and turning it into a triple threat would be the best way to go. But Keith Lee hasn't been seen on TV in 2 weeks, and that makes me a little scared that maybe he has the virus. And, you know, I think he'd be fine to come back for the Rumble, but would that halt his momentum going in? Would they say, oh, nah, he hasn't been on TV in 2 weeks, maybe not have him win? That kind of scares me, but I don't think that should be an issue. He should win. He's been built up pretty nicely, had a rocky start with the new theme music and new attire, but I think that's grown on us, and I love the new theme song. And Keith Lee, I think he's ready for this. He's had many big moments, won at Survivor Series, beat Randy Orton, had that championship match against Drew McIntyre. I think he is the perfect guy to win the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble match. I wouldn't be mad if it was Brock or Daniel Bryan either, but I think Keith Lee is the better choice. So going into WrestleMania, I think the matches will be Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre and Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. Also think for the Women's Royal Rumble that it will be Bianca Belair for the win. For sure, she should verse Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. I think that's the best choice right there. But comment down below what you think will be the matches for WrestleMania. That's really what it depends on. The Royal Rumble winners really depend on what the matches are for WrestleMania, and they really have kept that on the down low, very secretive with the matches for WrestleMania. Maybe they don't even have a clue. They book this stuff on the day, so we'll have to wait and see what they do. But I'm super excited for the men's 2021 Royal Rumble match. So go check out that prediction match that I did on my channel. It's a banger. It's a fun time. Go check it out. Check out my predictions for the matches, surprises, and all that cool stuff. It's a good, fun match, enjoyable time. Please smash the like button. Comment down below what you think of my predictions here, and do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Who do you think should win the men's 2021 Royal Rumble match? Comment all that down below. Please don't get disappointed if The Rock or CM Punk don't show up. It would be awesome, but that's really, really unlikely. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Let's get ready to rumble. It's Mania time, baby.